of each other, and both in the past.
Extreme climate change of the past.
The planet changed before the end of the 1800s. I see.
Oh, man. This could be the past of the future, though.
Okay,
because Aladdin's
that's
technically
true.
set in the future.
Right.
According to the Disney theorists.
Uh-huh.
Because that's the only reason why Robin Williams was able to reference things from the 80s and 70s.
I thought it was that he was a time traveler.
The genie? Mm-hmm. No,
It had been a long time since I
theory
read
for
up on
Aladdin,
any Disney theory.
The theory for Aladdin is that it's like post-apocalyptic future.
Okay, sure.
And
Why
that it's
not?
like set a couple thousand years.
Yeah, why
future.
not?
And
Why not?
Civilizations reset,
Yeah.
Simple things.
Obvious things, really.
That matter so much to the story.
They do.
That you couldn't appreciate Aladdin without knowing that.
Nope.
So.
Kristoff. It did strike me as a shame. I don't know if you know this, but all the voice actors in this are like nominated Broadway performers. Like
Right.
all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it did strike me as a bit of a shame the first time that Kristoff, Jonathan Groff, who, if you aren't a Broadway freak, you might know from Glee. He was in
Right.
Glee. He's a phenomenal singer.
Mm-hmm.
Only got reindeers are better than people. And he did get a whole song in this one, which I don't mind the song listening to it. I'm not sure I loved how heavy-handed they were with the like late 70s, early 80s prog rock music video section of the movie, which sounds like a joke and isn't.
It made me question his sanity.
Yeah, a little
More
bit.
than him talking for the elf.
Sure.
Or the reindeer.
I'm glad he got a song, but not like this.
not like this.
But also I didn't mind the song. It did
way it
feel
was
like a
portrayed was
weird
weird.
tone
Mm-hmm.
to take the film in. Because it was like full on. They had like the Bohemian Rhapsody faded
The
silhouettes
overlay,
behind him, and the reindeer with his chorus, which is a hilarious concept.
Mm-hmm.
But since the song was about how he was feeling like vulnerable about his girlfriend choosing his sister over him, and he was dealing with all these big emotions, it felt like a weird tone. It felt like it interrupted the flow of the tone at that point in the film.
Right. And I think that was one of the things that really disrupted the second act.
I would have really enjoyed it had they done something a little more subtle in the film and then released that sequence as a music video. That
Right.
would have been incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a little much for me.
It did feel out of place. Like, all the other songs are very in the world. It's very musical. You know, it feels like a stage production of it. Whereas his was very much an 80s music video.
And, the first one had different musical styles. Like, In Summer is a very different song than the rest of the show, but it just... And even that did a different animation style, but it still felt in the same era as the rest of everything, I guess.
Right. Well, and
Is the difference to me.
with Olaf's song, even in this one, it changes its style a little bit
Musically, yeah.
musically, but it fits the character.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know, it didn't fit Kristoff
Right.
to go into an 80s slam jam,
Right.
rock ballad.
Right.
It just, I don't know, it felt odd.
Yeah. It was a weird moment.
Good song.
Yeah, have you heard the
Weird.
Weezer cover?
Was
It played in the credits.
That was. So, Weezer's covering everything. They're just on the ball, apparently.
Yeah.
Is it bad, though, that, when I first heard it, I had to look it up because, I waited until that went through because I thought it was Fall Out Boy. The way he was singing
You had
sounded like Fall Out
Panic
Boy.
covering Into the Unknown
Oh, that's what it was.
with Brandon
That was
Urie.
Panic. That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
mean,
was,
who
yeah.
else is gonna sing? He sang that in, the same fucking key as Idina Menzel.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I love that cover, too. I am usually turned off by the, pop covers they do in the credits, but I actually really enjoyed all of them
No,
in
those
this
were
one.
good. Yeah, I mean, for all the nitpicks that we're giving it, it's a good movie.
Right.
I doubt there's going to be a song in it that's going to be the Let It Go.
No, there is. It's either going to be Into the Unknown or Show Yourself. Those are going to be the radio bops. I guarantee it.
They're just, I don't know. Like,
it probably won't be to the extent, but it'll be more invasive than we want.
The thing is...
It'll get annoying, at least.
Here's the thing. When I was at the mall, this was only a couple days ago, so I guess it was before the release of Frozen 2, but we were in JCPenney's, and Let It Go played.
Yeah.
It was Christmas music, and then Let It Go played.
But I've already heard Into the Unknown on the radio.
Have you? Dang.
Also, I do hang out with the exact demographic that's going to cause this new apocalyptic Frozen song hell. And that's the teenage theater kids.
Honestly,
and they are psyched to get their nasty little vocal cords on this music. And it's going to wreck them all because why? Why have you put jumps that big in your music? You know children are going to sing this. Those are massive. The Into the Unknown. It's like, it's so far for a tiny child's vocal cords to have to fling itself at.
This is Exhibit A, is why Disney is evil. They are destroying our children's vocal cords.
It's, hey, it'll either ruin kids or it'll, boy, make them stronger.
Fair enough.
I mean...
It doesn't kill you, makes you sing louder. Gotcha. Honestly, this is why I listen to audiobooks now when I drive. Like, music, my old man is coming out.
Yeah.
It's like, music these days, I just... don't like it anymore. It's just
wow.
It's just, like
you are an old fucker.
Don't get me wrong, there's some good songs out there. There's some enjoyable songs. But for the most part, I'd rather listen to my stories.
There you go, Grandpa.
Oh man.
The animation in this was beautiful. Those water droplets.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
The water just in general was absolutely breathtaking in this film. The white caps on the waves.
Yeah.
I know they kind of used it as the teaser for Frozen 2.
Yeah,
but
I found that a little unfortunate that they used that almost in its entirety, that sequence. Like, there's really no surprise.
Even up to the reveal of the horse, which kind of spoiled that in the teaser.
Sure.
But, I mean, if that would have been just unknown until that point in the movie, that would have been absolutely breathtaking. But, I don't know. It was still cool, though.
Yeah.
The stakes for Arendelle were odd, too. Like, I was expecting Arendelle to be destroyed. Like, there was a reason it was evacuated. Like, you know,
And the concept was that Anna was pure of heart enough to sacrifice her kingdom for the greater good and therefore had earned the safety of her kingdom in the eyes of these elemental spirits.
The dam going to break soon? Or
no.
So why'd they have them evacuate? Why did the
It was the call to adventure, Ian. I think that it did because she awoke the forest spirits and it set things in motion. That's the only explanation there is.
Which makes perfect sense as to why there would be a call to adventure for Elsa and Anna and Kristoff and Sven and all.
It was a device so that the parents weren't worried their children were about to witness genocide. That's why it happened.
But, again, that's why you have them evacuate at the beginning.
Right.
If there was no stakes for her to save the kingdom because all her people were safe.
All the infrastructure would be a pain in the ass to rebuild.
That's something kids don't give a shit about. Oh no! The price of bread is going to skyrocket. Our infrastructure is fucked.
I would argue that this is made less for children and more for the 10 and up crowd.
Which I get. But again, 10 and up don't care about infrastructure.
But I also think that they aren't necessarily going to be thinking through the fact that the people have evacuated and are therefore safe.
Which, I'm totally agree. I get every point that you're making.
It just still makes you
But
unhappy.
why?
Yeah.
Why evacuate everything if you're not going to destroy something? Why make the very specific choice to show
To
that the people were safe?
So that Elsa's survival wasn't just
For nothing?
up there, visible, obvious. So that you could think that there were stakes and then she could save the day and you'd still be surprised by it.
I guess. The horse was cool, though.
Yeah. I didn't like any of Elsa's new costumes. Well, the purple dress from her Into the Unknown was good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't...
Her dress was weird. It, like, melded with her skin.
Yeah, it did that in the first one, though, too.
Oh, did it? I
Yeah.
wasn't really paying attention to that.
There was a choice made to have all of these sort of low boat neck, asymmetrical dresses. And I don't know why that would be. I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a cultural thing. I know that Disney went out of their way to sign contracts with the indigenous peoples that they were basing the tribe off of to, like, communicate and try to represent things in a fair and conscientious way. So maybe it's based off of a indigenous style of dress that they were trying to reference. I didn't like it, and I don't understand why it was so pervasive in their formal wear.
Yeah, I don't know.
The animators did a much better job this time in animating specific fabrics. I've spent a lot of time staring at the fabrics in the first movie, and you can't tell what the fuck they're supposed to be. This one, you can tell when something's supposed to be velvet and when it's supposed to be suede.
Oh, good.
So that's nice.
Good on you, animators.
They also involved a lot of, like, heavy pleating, so if this one comes to stage, count me the fuck out. I'm uninterested in all of that pleating. I did like Anna's costuming for the travel costume, it's being called. And I liked her coronation dress, even though it had both the pleating and the weird neckline that I didn't like. It looked good for her. I don't know. Wasn't into Elsa's looks. I think that because of, or maybe in conjunction with the Broadway musical, they've given Elsa pants in that. In the Broadway show. And I don't buy into the whole pants equals power thing.
Power pants.
Personally. I do understand that a lot of women find it much easier to move in pants, and therefore it is a symbolic gesture to put a princess in pants.
Right. I
personally get a lot of shit done, like construction and all types in my poofy skirts just fine. So it bums me out sometimes when someone's in leggings and they could be in a pretty dress.
Well, isn't Elsa in leggings?
Anna's in leggings too. She just has a, I don't know, more visually overlay.
From
they're both in pants.
Yeah, I don't usually pay too much attention to the costuming, especially with animated films.
Sure.
But like with Anna's, it definitely felt more appropriate for travel.
Mm-hmm.
Like she
looked like a princess who was traveling,
right?
Which I'm totally down for. I loved her costumes. Elsa's to me looked like a weird cover all your skin bathing suit.
Right. Yeah, it was weird. I don't know.
Or maybe like a progressive ice skate costume.
Honestly, it feels like Frozen 1 and 2 have just been an evolution of the weight of gravity slowly affecting Elsa's hair more and more to where it was up, then it was ponytail. Yeah. Now it's just down.
She just keeps on cutting loose. Next movie, she's going to shave her head Britney Spears style.
Oh, man.
No, Britney's lovely. Everyone has mental breakdowns. Yeah. It's okay. Also, like, nothing wrong with bald women.
No.
Anyway.
Nice.
Had to make sure we were politically correct. God forbid we not be in this awful little podcast no one listens to.
We might anger all
we
three
might make
viewers.
Jenny and the Jakes mad.
If you guys don't create a punk rock band now,